It's your boy DK Bones here to talk about James Bond and the drama between Amazon and Mrs. Barbara Broccoli. Um, I guess 2 weeks ago, this article put out by the Wall Street Journal talking about the feud going on between Broccoli and Amazon and the direction of which they want James Bond to go into for 007. There's about a lot of rumors about who the next James Bond's going to be, but I don't think there's going to be a next James Bond until Amazon and Broccoli can come to a decision on which direction they want to go into. Um, article goes in about how Amazon acquired uh, James Bond from MGM Studios a few years back. Um, I guess for the amount of $6.5 billion in the purchase. Um, but further along in the article, it talks about Broccoli and the relationship she has with Amazon. It talks about right here when it comes to Bond's future, the power lies in the hands of Barbara Broccoli, who inherited the control from her father, Albert Broccoli, who for 30 years had decided when a new James Bond can go into production. She has told friends she doesn't trust the algorithm-centric Amazon, but the character she helped to mythologize through big screen storytelling and a gut instinct. This fall, she categorized the status of the new movie in dire terms: no script, no story, no new Bond. To friends, Broccoli has characterized her thoughts on Amazon this way: those people are effing idiots. And I don't mean to throw shade at Amazon. I mean, I purchased a lot of things from Amazon, but what they did with the Lord of the Rings and the Rings of Power is a slap in the face of people that are fans of Lord of the Rings. It was disgraceful what they did, and in my mind, I think Broccoli saw what they did with Lord of the Rings, and she doesn't want the same fate to happen to James Bond. That's just my opinion. Further along in the argument, it says representative for Eon, the production firm behind the Bond film, says Broccoli and her members of the family had no comment. Two sides are at an impasse. Amazon needs Broccoli to furnish them with ideas for a new Bond film, but Broccoli does not want to make a new Bond movie with Amazon. The standoffs say people on both sides of the divide boils down to a clash between the 20th century Hollywood of big screens and big swings and an entertainment industry ruled by Silicon Valley firms that prize data, algorithm, and streaming subscriptions. This story is based on this story is based on interviews with more than 20 people familiar with Broccoli Amazon feuding, including executive, business partners, and friends. Broccoli's family control of Bond, James Bond, has few comparisons in contemporary Hollywood, where cherished characters are gobbled up by conglomerates eager to exploit them across the screen, toy shelves, theme parks for decades. Studio executives have salivated. So basically, they're saying that people wanted James Bond and they wanted to exploit, like they did everything like what Disney's doing with Star Wars or Marvel and DC. She it seems like she holds James Bond cherished to her heart, like her father did, and the people that came before him. Uh, Broccoli 64 has already turned down TV shows, video games, and at least one tie in casino before Amazon entered the picture. For much of her career, Broccoli has made those calls with her stepbrother, 82-year-old Michael Wilson, which I've never heard of him. I guess that's Broccoli and her brother Wilson. To bring back video games. I remember when she had to greenlit the GoldenEye, which I think is one of the best video games I've ever played. Playing against other players, GoldenEye was an awesome game. So I don't know why she's turning down so many video games. Um, Maybe the stuff that people wanted to put out there wasn't that great. Um, I do not know, but GoldenEye was an awesome game. He goes in and talked about how much bombs that Bond films have made, um, and what she does on the set. She basically proves a lot of things on the set. So I don't know if that's she doesn't like what Amazon's doing. Um, Further into the article, it talks about broccoli claiming that Amazon isn't a good home for Bond since the company's core business is selling everything from toilet paper to vacuums. Perspective Amazon's executives find unfair, but since she makes the creative calls that come first, script, casting, story, probably can hold Bond hostage from Amazon for as long as seems fit. Um, and like everybody knows, James Bond's a big name. Think of um, any other franchise that's going on as long as James Bond gone. I think since like 1962, and there's always a good showing coming out to see James Bond movies. But I think this feud between Amazon and Broccoli is not going to go quietly in the night until either Amazon sells off the rights to James Bond, or Broccoli um, gives in a little. Um, Further into the article, it just talks about it talks about James Bond, but it also talks about the history of James Bond. But if you want to get more in depth into the article, I'll link it into my video. But another article that talks about the feud between um, the two is let me let me share it from Yahoo, and it talks about I guess at some point they wanted to change James Bond into a female, um, which wasn't in the other article. It goes, her talking about the effing idiots. Here it is. It says there was even talk of casting a female to play the next 007, as well as more diverse options that can include a gay or black leading man. My biggest thing on any of this is if you want your own hero, black, gay, female, or whatever, just create your own hero. Stop changing what people created to what you seem fit. If you want something creative, you create it yourself. Stop piggybacking and trashing other people's ideas just because you don't like the way, you don't think it's right that they have it this way. That's their idea of what their hero is, and they make money off of it. Make your own and be creative. Don't have somebody sloppy seconds. It's getting disgusting. I don't want to see that happen with James Bond. I'm just really pissed off what they did with um, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, all because okay, yeah, you get these properties and you want to create it your way instead of respecting what came before you. There's no respect at all for any creative ideas of people in the past. Um, Again, I'm gonna linking these two articles in my video. If you like what you've seen, subscribe, like, and I'll catch you on the next time. Audio Jungle.